I saw this Riot news today. Apparently, like many others in tech, they've had to let a lot of people go. 11% of their workforce, 530 employees. That's a lot. Riot Games has announced that it's refocusing on fewer high-impact projects to move towards a more sustainable future, and that means layoffs. Roughly 530 employees, representing 11% of Riot's total workforce, have been let go. In an email sent to employees, Riot CEO Dylan Jadeja has said that the company has made a number of big bets since 2019 as it expanded into a multi-game, multi-experience company. Now, however, there are too many things underway, and some of those bets are not paying off as well as expected. According to Jadeja, if it's Spanish, adjustments like hiring freezes and other cost-controlling measures have not been enough, making these layoffs a necessity for Riot, and getting ahead of internet critics perhaps. They said, it's not an effort to appease shareholders or to hit some quarterly earnings number. Our costs have grown to the point where they are unsustainable, and we've left ourselves with no room for experimentation or failure, which is vital to a creative company like ours. All of this puts the core of our business at risk. As well as cutting employees, Riot is also making a couple of major internal changes. The League of Legends-based card game Legends of Runeterra, which actually I wanted to go try out, which hasn't met expectations, will have its development team reduced, while the ongoing development focus is going to change away from PvP to the Path of Champions PvE mode. Riot is also ending Riot Forge. I read about this first today, what this is. It's a program that launched in 2019 to make single-player LoL games with external studios. Previous Riot Forge releases include Never Heard of It and Never Heard of It. Upcoming crafting RPG Bandle Tale is also being published under the label Mage Seeker and Ruined King. In a message directed at players, Riot said that its new strategy will more tightly integrate esports, music and entertainment. Even more tightly? Oh, well, actually, we've seen part of that, haven't we? By making Arcane canon, that is a more tight integration already. It has already begun. All the Riot Forge games are really good. Nice. This has already begun. Interesting. And they're already really good at it. One of the best in the gaming industry, if not the best, at weaving together extra gaming, extracurricular content and weave that entertainment into its games. Getting music out there known by non-gamers and appreciated by non-gamers, but knowing that it actually came from games, from Riot for instance, from League, actually fills me with pride as a gamer. I know it's kind of like, maybe it's a little pathetic that, I don't need their validation, right, of non-gamers, but it's still cool that something of our influence is spreading to non-gamers. Nah, I feel ya. Yeah. Riot is unironically so good at making so many different things, it makes me malt how much complaints they get compared to their peers. Yeah. True. Big true. People love bitching. People love bitching especially to their parents because their parents will always have their back, right? Isn't it often seen that kids can be ruthless to their parents because their parents are powerful, always providing, etc. So I think when a company starts to feel like they are this greater than life entity that will always be around, we feel fully comfortable at criticizing them, even unfairly, because we know they're going to be there anyway. And we think they need us anyway, right? We're their customer. And indie dev will be talked to much more kindly, right? Even though you don't know, they may be really greedy people at heart, the indies. But they will be talked to more kindly because it feels more tenuous. Doesn't mean that you can't have rightful criticism when it comes to, let's say, bad practices from a big company. Riot has publicly shared the severance plan it's offering laid-off employees, and it is at least substantial relative to typical offering. Everyone being put out of work will get a minimum of 6 months of severance pay, plus a bonus based on their annual performance bonus target, health benefits, additional pay for expenses that would have previously been covered by Riot's Play Fund and Wellness Fund. That is not bad, huh? 6 months of salary. We'll also offer a cash bonus equal to one time everyone's individual 2023 bonus performance target. So you're essentially getting a 2024 bonus that is equivalent to everything you achieved in the year before. So that's essentially like a 12-month bonus if you were going to be doing the same performance in 2024 as 2023. So you get half of the pay of a year and full of the bonus that you would have got. However much that is, I don't know. That is not bad at all. I wouldn't mind getting fired. If I get fired every month, I'm getting 6 months pay every month. Hey, everyone wants to be fired suddenly. No, but for real, it may still have big ramifications for people's lives. People that hoped and thought they will work there forever or whatever, right? Some people are gonna have to move, perhaps, move to another place. There's still real life consequences, but it doesn't look like from the outside as a scummy move, but as a pretty well handled move, generous. These 530 laid off Riot employees join hundreds of others in the industries that have been laid off. Yeah, there have been so many. And then they said, today we're a company without a sharp enough focus, and simply put, we have too many things underway. Some of the significant investment we've made aren't paying off the way we expected them to, and our costs have grown to where they're unsustainable. Now they're going to focus more on League, Valorant, TFT, and Wild Rift, according to a separate blog from Hadaha and co-founder Mark Merrill. At the very least, the severance package seems generous. Honestly, that's a pretty solid severance. And having Riot on your resume will surely help them get a foot in the door. Yeah. All right, so that's the news that we have about Riot and their layoffs. Looks like there's a lot of additional support. Riders have the option to request a laptop from IT. They can keep current peripherals, career support, rider assistance program, visa support, Riot email access. Rather than... Yeah, I heard about that recently. Apparently in tech, it's really common to immediately cut your email access. And some people in tech have even found out that they were fired because they couldn't log into their email anymore. Upon which they try to contact someone that works at the company and they were found out that they were made redundant. Which is more common in these moments. Rather than immediately cut off, we'll continue to provide access to impacted rioters for a limited time after notification. That's very tasteful, I think. I think this is very tasteful. And a good standard to do if possible. I think it's a good standard to do it, because otherwise it feels really cold. But then maybe, for the company, the easiest, cleanest way is just to cut immediately. Oh yeah, and they're afraid that you might try to sabotage them when you're fired, and then use your email to get company secrets out of the company. There's a risk there as well. Okay, well, I'll put a link to this if you want to read more about it. Not great news, of course, for people that were let go, but in not such a bad way.